How y'all doing? How y'all doing, family? Thank y'all for tuning in to the WW channel once again. Listen, y'all, I'm going to read this quick. I'm reading out of my book. I have this book that I like to read out of. I haven't picked it up in a while, but I decided to pick it up tonight. And life been very, very frustrating lately for a lot of people. And I didn't really think about it in a certain way. So as I was reading this, I'm going to give y'all a little insight here. It say life is full of little daily annoyance and frustrations. There are inconsiderate drivers, that fast food drive-through clerks who never get your order right, the endless series of red lights when you're in a hurry, the clueless shopper who takes 45 things to the 10 item or less checkout register, and on and on. Maybe you face frustrations on a higher level, like feeling as though you're stuck in a dead-end job or trying to get through a rebellious teen. Perhaps you're frustrated with yourself because you just can't seem to lose weight or stick with that exercise plan. Maybe you can't find the opportunity to spend quality time with your spouse or your kids, or you feel you're not on the spiritual level you desire. Whatever the source, frustrations can keep you agitated, upset, and just no fun to be around. As I was reading that, hold on, y'all. Let's go to the next page. I got a hold of it. It says something here. It says, but the Bible has an excellent weapon to keep frustrations from infiltrating your life. It is maintaining an attitude of gratitude and cultivating a lifestyle of thanksgiving when you catch yourself starting to get frustrated. It says, start saying it out loud. I refuse to get frustrated. I have a lot to be thankful for. Then begin to say some of the things you are thankful for out loud. Your frustration will start to melt away like a snowball in a hot August sun. If it's a problem that needs to be solved, then ask God for help. He said he would give wisdom to anyone who would ask. If you look in James 1:5. When you refuse to let petty frustrations affect you or steal your joy, instead enter your God's presence by giving him thanks and praising him. So when I thought about that and I read it, here's a prayer that they gave you. And I know we all are dealing with frustration in so many different ways. We just, a lot of people got some bad news. A lot of us, it don't affect a lot of us, like the food stamp thing and the Medicaid. It kind of affect my daughters because they kind of live off that. They older, but they work, but they get like little food stamps and Medicaid and stuff. But for me, for my household, I haven't received them about 4 years. So it don't affect me, but I do understand the frustration that people are having or going through about this situation. I've been buying grocery for the last 4 years, cash. So, and my daughters, they do help me sometime from time to time when they get their stamps, but I do get it. It's a lot going on. A lot that we heard about what he is doing. He's cutting out a lot of things. The government shutdown. It's just so many things that will cause us to be frustrated. And don't let it frustrate you. Do your best. Don't let it frustrate you. Here's a prayer. Here's a prayer that I want to come to give everybody, because I deal with frustration myself daily, and it get to me sometimes. But today, when I read this, I like what it says. Here's a prayer of frustration. It say, Lord Jesus, help me not to let frustration produce stress and anxiety in my life. Let me be patient with myself and with others. When life is hectic and demanding, show me how to not let frustration rob my peace and steal my joy. Lord, help me to maintain a peaceful spirit and a good attitude, even though the circumstances around me are not ideal. When faced with challenges and obstacles in my life, help me to face them with a resolute determination. Empower me to press on with confidence, knowing you have promised to give me strength to overcome any situation. When things don't go as expected, let me remain calm, trusting you and not giving in to frustrations. Don't give in to frustrations, y'all. Continue to keep trusting in God. To always remember Proverbs 3:5-6. I will trust in the Lord with all our heart and lean not on my own understanding, but I will acknowledge him and he will make my path straight. Grant me clarity of thoughts, mental focus, and comprehensions. Give me wisdom and guidance on how to navigate through the storms of life and arrive at a place of complete victory. I will not be unsettled, distraught, or frustrated. Instead, your peace will rule in my life. So as you read that and you think about that, here's a few scriptures before we end tonight. Here is one. Let us not lose heart in doing good, for in due time we will reap if we do not grow weary. That one would be Galatians 6 and 9. Then we got James 1 and 19. Understand this, my dear brothers and sisters. You must all be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to get angry. Romans 8 and 18. For I reckon that the suffering of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. Delight thyself unto the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thy heart. Psalms 37 and 4. Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. Thomas Edison. As we think about what's going on and we deal with so much things right now in this society, in this world out here with frustration, just so many different things, y'all. Let's do our best to not allow this frustration to rob us of peace, our joy. Do not let the enemy come to steal, kill, and destroy. That's where he come anyway. Don't let him have it. Don't let him take that from us. When you feel frustration, begin to say that prayer. I will not let this frustration frustrate me. I am thankful and I am gratitude and grateful for this. I have this. I have that. Say it out loud. When you feel like the frustration got the best of you, maybe you can go in the bathroom if you at work. If you're in a car and you driving and you just feel frustrated, pull over. Like anywhere, like on the side of the road, if you're on the interstate or if you're just in a car on driving the road, just pull over and just park for a second. And if you got to stream while you're in the car or pray while you're in that car and just ask God to give you strength. Ask him to help you. Ask him to help you overcome what's going on. Because frustration is taking a lot of people, blood pressure going up. I don't have high blood pressure, which every time I go to the doctor, they say I don't. But I notice every time I run my blood pressure, and I've been checking it for the last couple of days, it's been like 147 over 79. And I'm like, wow. And I think it's just the stress level and it's what's going on, the society, the economy, and the different things. What we're dealing with, it is, beginning to mess with, I guess, my blood pressure. So I was like, I'm not going to let this try to, stress me out and do all of these things. So when you feel like that, y'all, keep calm and trust God. Keep calm and trust God. And know that all of this is season. You read Ecclesiastes when it say everything is a season. So if this what we going through is a season. I don't know how long the season going to last. I can't tell you that. I know that a lot of us are going through a lot. I know that a lot of us are depending on certain things. And I pray that everybody make it out and make it onto the next level and do what they need to do. But don't let the enemy frustrate you to the point where you got high blood pressure, diabetes, you overly stressed, your anxiety done clicked in. Keep calm and trust God. He got you. I promise he got you. I have my days of frustration, but I remind myself of that I've been through this season before in my life. I've been through this season before when I went through without a job and I didn't have no income and I couldn't afford to do this and, I couldn't do that. And he brought me out. I didn't have nowhere to stay. I was homeless. He brought me out. So if he did it then, he can do it now. And that's where you begin to think about the things that God done for you before. But thank y'all for listening to this message. And remember to always pray, always love yourself, and always, always be real to yourself. And always, always seek Christ first. And always know and understand there's nothing too hard for your God. And I love y'all and see y'all next time. Be blessed. I had to come off of this early because I can only do 10 minutes of videos now because my phone is only allowing me to have 10 minutes of storage space. So y'all have a blessed, marvelous, and wonderful night. And remember to keep calm and trust God. He got us. He got us.